sage, or Salvia species. Salvia comes from the word salvus, meaning healthy, or from the Latin salvare, which means to be saved. It's in the Lamiaceae family of plants. Sage is sold both as a culinary herb and landscaping plant, and many species can be found growing wild around central Texas. Wild Texas sages can vary in flower color from blue, red, pink, and even white. The flowers are typical of what's found in the mint family, being irregular, and they can bloom a couple times a year. They range from individual flowers with basal leaves to forming dense shrubs with multiple flowers that can be up to 4 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Some of these perennials are evergreen and some are not. They are aromatic, though the wild species have a rather faint scent. Sage loves central Texas, so you can propagate it all over your property easily with very little help, and it's drought tolerant. Even the rare white sage, Salvia apiana, popular to burn as incense and smudge, will grow well in central Texas. The best sages for use for culinary and medicinal properties are the garden sage and the white sage. The aromatic leaves should be gathered in spring and into summer, though they can be used throughout the year if necessary. Native sages are best harvested for their flowers medicinally. Historically, sage was used by herbalists externally to treat sprains, swellings, ulcers, and bleeding. Internally, a tea was made from sage leaves and has been used to treat sore throats and coughs, often used as a gargle, and it was also used for excessive menstrual bleeding and to dry up a mother's milk when weaning a child. It was particularly noted for strengthening the nervous system, improving memory, and sharpening the senses. Sage was in the U.S. pharmacopoeia from 1840 to 1900. It is a popular treatment nowadays for inflammations of the mouth and throat, upset stomachs, and excessive sweating. Another old saying about sage says, "Why should a man die while sage grows in his garden?" lending to the belief it promoted immortality. Sage is also used as an herb in the kitchen and a colorant to darken the hair. The aromatics in sage are used for purification when the plant is burned. Sage has antiseptic properties, and traditional Chinese medicine writings mentioned the use of sage in 206 BCE to increase physical strength, mental powers and alertness, and body heat. Dutch merchants discovered in the 17th century that the sage was so valued by the Chinese that they would trade 3 chests of their tea for 1 chest of sage leaves. I use sage to help dry up secretions and kill infections. I use it in my herbal deodorants, and many herbalists add it to menopausal formulas to help control hot flashes. I've found it useful in many respiratory infections, and I also enjoy burning it to cleanse and purify an area. Thanks for joining me on this walk through the wild side. And remember, herbal medicine is a powerful healing modality. Please consult a trained clinical herbalist and/or wildcrafter to help you make the best and safest and most sustainable choices when harvesting herbs or using them medicinally.